Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today I am going to deliver a lesson for class 12th subject Zoology. My today's topic is the evidences in support of natural selection. Since in our previous classes we have discussed about the various theories of evolution, and you may have understand about natural selection. Natural selection is basically the process whereby organisms better adapted to their environment tend to survive and produce more offsprings. This theory was first proposed by Charles Darwin and is now regarded as the main process that brings about evolution. Now, in our today's topic, we will discuss about various evidences that support this natural selection. There are many evidences in support of this natural selection. Some of the most common and interesting examples will be discussed in today's topic. The first important example and interesting example is what we call as industrial melanism. Now, in 19th century in England, light-colored moths, as you can see in the sketch, known as Biston betuluria, was abandoned because it mimicked with the grey lichens that covers the tree trunks. Now, with the advent of industrial revolution, black moth, known as the Biston carbonaria, as you can see in the sketch, it became quite visible against the light grey background of the trees and were easily killed by the predators like birds. Now, as burning of the coal became common, population of dark-colored moths and their frequencies increased due to mimicry. Now, the gradual replacement of coal by oil and electricity, as well as the improved methods of controlling soot production, reduced the soot deposition on trees. Conditions then became more suitable for the survival of white-winged moths. Consequently, their frequency once again increased. Thus, industrial melanism is an interesting example which clearly points out the action of natural selection. It has been observed in about 70 different species of moths and in several other European countries as well. Now, these changes occur due to the change in gene frequencies, that is responsible in response to the change in environment, and these changed gene frequencies cause the change in the phenotype of an organism. As you can see in this sketch, if the alleles of white and dark colors are denoted by G and B, then the genotypes of the moth would be as GG, GB and BB, where GG is homozygous condition, homozygous light colored, and this is the heterozygous, and this is again the homozygous gray colored. Now you can again see this white color, that is the G is actually a dominant gene, and it expresses itself when present in a heterozygous condition. Now, when these moths reproduce, as you can see, the possible genotype frequencies that are produced will be GG, GB and BB. Since B is a dominant gene that produces dark phenotypes, therefore GG and BB will produce the dark-winged moths. And because of the greater predation of dark or melanic phenotypes, the population of GB and BB was maintained at a much lower level than GG. Those are the homozygous alleles for light color. This all is done by the effect of environment on the organism, or we can say that by the effect of the nature. Thus, nature selects the organism. Now, the second important example which we can quote here, that is the DDT resistant mosquitoes. Now, DDT resistant mosquito is also known as the directional selection. When DDT was used in large scale, only resistant type mosquitoes were able to survive and all sensitive types were killed. Ultimately, the entire population now consists of resistant types, which make DDT ineffective. Now you can see this evolution is because of the change in gene frequencies in population in response to change in the environment. That is why such insecticides remain useful for a limited time only. The second important example in support of this natural selection is the resistance of sickle cell anemia patients against the malaria. As you can see, a person with normal hemoglobin has the alleles HbA and HbA, normal hemoglobin, and the sickle cell hemoglobin carrier will have a heterozygous condition HB and HbS, and there is the possibility of also the homozygous for sickle cell anemia HbS and HbS. Now these homozygous for sickle cell anemia patients do not survive, whereas the heterozygous condition for this sickle cell anemia patients, they act as the carriers. Now this disease mostly occurs in tropical Africa, where malaria is common, and it was reported that heterozygous, that is HbA, HbS individuals kill the malaria parasite as they resist the malarial infection in a much better way than the individuals with normal hemoglobin, that is HbA, HbA. Similarly, you can see the drug resistance in bacteria. Nowadays is a common condition. And in this example, we may take the example of this colon bacteria such as Escherichia coli. It is resistance against the chloramphenicol. Now, colon bacteria is 250 times more resistant to antibiotics than the normal bacteria. Thus can survive by the environment. So these are the some of the most important points regarding the evidences in support of natural selection. And in our next lesson, we will study about the next topic. Until then, goodbye and good luck.